Hello and welcome back to the Eternal Stories channel, where today I wanted to do something new with reading. I'm going to hold up this book. It doesn't have the cover on it because the cover is lost to the back of my bookshelf right now, so I'm going to have to go retrieve it. But Black Book currently. I'm rereading Midnight Sun, but the twist on this is I am annotating it. So... just wanted to share with you guys how that's going, because I didn't think I was going to make a video about it. I thought I would just kind of read it as I go, but I've really had so much fun doing it that I do kind of want to document the process and kind of show you guys what I have going on. So, the tabs that are in there right now, it's not that crazy, I swear. I've already done the first chapter and into the second one before I decided I wanted to do anything with this. So these ones that are kind of like water falling down like this, those are each chapter individually, which I need to fix because they kind of come back up this way. And I don't really want them to do that, so I'm going to make them fit a little bit better. Because there's 29 chapters in here, I believe. So that's what those are. These darker, if I can show you, darker red tabs are currently, I'm using them for words I don't know. That I would like to learn. There's 10 so far, and I'm not even 2 chapters into this book. So, maybe I'll make like a little, thing at the back to write down the words I don't know, so I can learn more words, I guess. So that's the idea with this, and then I'm gonna flip down to the table to show you kind of what I've done with the book so far and how I've decided to annotate, because for years I've been watching so many different kinds of annotating videos, how people do it, what works for them, to just kind of do what works for you. And I'll show you what works for me, the tabs I'm using, and stuff like that. So let me flip this around and I'll show you. So first I want to show you the supplies that I use and the ones that I got from Amazon. So I bought these. I didn't know there were this many colors. The reds, you will notice, are missing right now because I'm using them for Midnight Sun, which is a vampire book. So it came with like many colors. Some of them are doubles and stuff, but I have all those tabs to use for whatever, books I decide to annotate and stuff. And then this, oops, somebody already slipped out. This bag that says write, edit, sleep, repeat is a scribbler bag. And it just has all of my stuff in here, so we'll just take everybody out. There's a lot in here. Come on, get out. All of you out. Okay. So, looking at all the stuff I have here, we have the tabs that I was talking about. There was a brighter red here, which is what I used to tab the... Oh, I can't do that. Okay. To tab the... I can't think. I'm tabbing the chapters of each... I'm tabbing each chapter in this book. Gosh, I'm doing so great today. And I'd use a different color towards the end because there are only 20 of each color, which is why all of the reds at the bottom here, I think, are going to be for writing or noting noting words I don't know. So I chose colors that look nice together, lots of reds, and there's cream, and then there's, whatever. So we'll see what happens with that. But as far as that goes, I have these tabs. I have this sticky note for the end of a chapter to write my chapter summary, what I remember, what I think is important, stuff like that, in case I do want to make a video about the book and whatnot. And then this one, the smaller one, which is the same color, pretty much. On camera, it definitely looks the same color. These are pink, by the way. These aren't white. They look kind of white on camera. This one is the one I'm using to write my thoughts down on after that. So I just kind of put it however far down I end up writing on here. I just kind of put it below that. I'll show you in a minute what I mean by that. And then these, I don't know if I'm going to end up using these little tiny ones. Probably not, but I have them in there just in case I think of a use for them. They're just little tiny post-it notes. They're the same as this, but they're littler. So those are cool. And then these are the 3, well, there's 2 pens and a highlighter that I'm using to do with. So this pen is where I'm going to underline things that I think are important and write my comments in, which it is an Arteza pen because Arteza is my favorite brand in the whole wide world. Their pens are great. All of their art supplies, honestly, I haven't found one I don't like yet. And then this is this is the pen I'm going to use to box around when a new character shows up, box around a word I don't know, other things like that. I kind of wish I switched it around and my comments were in this color and all those other things were in this color, but it is what it is. And then this is a highlighter that I'm highlighting like really important things or things that I just think, this should be highlighted. There's really not too much to it. So moving these all out of the way, we can look at the book so far. Oh, and then this is a black sticky note. I don't want to show you the actual book, but this is a black sticky note. It's a post-it note, but it's like thicker than regular post-it notes, so I really like that about it. So looking into the book here, this is why I chose all the reds, because the front and back of the book are this beautiful red color, and I love it so much. So getting into the actual book here, there's a picture. Here it is. It's really nice. It looks better on camera, but it's a very beautiful picture of the thing in the book. I love it when they have a table of contents, so I know that made it easier to find each chapter's ending. So then we move to the first page. I underline each one just because I want to. And this is an example of, can I zoom in? I can. So this is an example of, oh my god, this camera's not working with me. This was the first page, obviously, that I wrote on. And so I wanted to highlight the first line of each chapter because I think that's important, and I want to kind of think about how they're starting each chapter and how I can do that myself, and I'll probably actually highlight the last line of the chapter too to kind of see the difference. And then I did just underline that, but then I decided I wanted it highlighted because I wanted to highlight. This is what I wanted. And then all of my just little comments in here, right? So how many times have you been in high school? I suppose you still believe your soul is name. Oh, right. Because another reason I wanted to read this book is because I know the Twilight books front to back. I know the movies so well. I can quote characters on a dime. I know almost everything about these books, so I wanted to go into it with that knowledge and be able to make all these funny little comments I make anyways. Which is like, I mean, it kind of is. If sleep was defined as the inert state between active periods. Oh. Alright, hold on. Sorry, my cats were fighting. Where was I? Going into these books with the knowledge that I already have and have read the first one before, so reading this one instead. This one's almost double the size of the actual first one, I think. So, interesting that there's so much information in here. But the first chapter does start really well. Let me zoom back out so we can see this whole thing here. There we go. So some pages have a lot, like the first page, I really kind of went crazy with it, but others just have like underlines and me making notes, not notes. Oh, that's what I should use, other notes. I should make notes in here. So anyways, moving on. I just underline things, so we're talking about each character coming into the story. So Rosalie's here, Emmett, Jasper, Alice, Edward's name is noted for the first time in here. We didn't know his name before that. And then just notes for myself that of what's going on. And then other pages, I just kind of, oh man, being a vampire sounds hard for that whole section I just read. And then this I highlighted because it says why flirt with the rat disaster. And then I said that is what this entire series is about. So I felt like highlighting that because that's funny to me. And then, you know, other pages, other characters showing up. I'm trying to find one where there are words I don't know. Oh, there's one. Found it. So I highlighted some stuff of like what his role is for his family that he lives with. This is where all the words are that I don't know. So there's one here, and one here. Don't know what any of those mean, so that's cool. More just doing this. Some have a lot more writing in them than others, I will say. In here, this is when he's planning to... I'm sorry, I should have said at the beginning of this video that there are going to be spoilers and whatnot. But, in here, I did so much because this is him really just planning very methodically how to kill a whole classroom of people and a girl just because her blood smells really good. And he wants it. That's not where his name shows up first. It shows up here, but it is what it is. It's early enough that that's fine. And then more writing. I like when there's gaps like this because then I can really write what I want to say. In here, I had to kind of really write on the edge because there wasn't room to write. Another word I don't know. But yeah, some of these have a lot of writing. Some of them don't have any at all because he's literally just talking to this lady about getting his class switched, and I just don't care. I'm just like, okay, that's cool. She's like really into him, but she shouldn't be because she's an older secretary lady. Sometimes my lines aren't that great, but like I said, I can't be bothered to care. Most of the time, they're pretty fine. So, this is when they're finally done talking. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Here we go again. He can smell her again because she walked in. And then this is the end of the chapter. This is where... Let me take this out. So this is the end of the chapter. So I'll put my chapter summary of what I remember happened in the chapter up here on the bigger sticky note with lines. And then on the smaller one, I'll write what I think about the chapter, what I remember, what, you know, thoughts I have about whatever's going on in the chapter. So that's going to be for each one, like at the end of 2. I'm really not very far into this book. There is another one, and I need to put those little ones in there too so I have them and I don't have to keep them on me all the time. So that's cool. And I've only gotten a little bit into the second chapter, but I have written all over it, and I haven't really highlighted that much. I stopped here, actually, and I mentioned that that's a time jump between him going to Denali and coming back. But yeah, so that's how I annotate. These are all the very simple things that I use. They're not very expensive at all. This is a mild liner. This is a red pen. You can use any color. I just like this dark red pen. I think it looks really nice. And then this is a Pilot G2 0.38. That's the size I love for writing, which is why I wish I did it the other way around. These, I really don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. Maybe if I need to make larger comments, I'll use them for that. I might not use them at all in this book, so I can keep with the theme. But I do use these every chapter for sure. And then these are for whatever else. So let me know in the comments what kind of, I don't know, annotating works for you, what you'd like to see on the channel and stuff like that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.